Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Phantasmagoria. Last we left off, we had gone to town into Nepawamset, visited the really skeezy realtor, got the key from him that we tried on several doors in the household, and finally unlocked this room, which is clearly a den, a type of library with whole new things for us to explore and click on.
Whole new room complete with new clickable items. Life is good.
Yes. And she finally goes over to inspect this news clipping, but takes forever to finally start reading it. But then...
This reporter attended Carnot's Phantasmagoria show in London's Egyptian theater
I love
last
how
night
much
and
emphasis she
found it
puts on the title.
horrific,
Looked on phonics.
spine-tingling, and incredible. Women were swooning in the aisles at the gory realism of his spectacles. For the uninitiated, Carnot's shows are not for the faint of heart, as they feature occult images, the black arts, torture devices, bodily amputations. Of course, all are accompanied by a generous dose of screams, shrieks, howls, and frightening organ music. Those of you up to thrills and chills won't want to miss this.
Phantasmagoria! And she also inserted a word that wasn't there. She inserted R. Good reading skills.
Well, it's easier when you actually have something to read in front of you.
Yeah, that's true. Like the books on the wall? Yes. Let's go inspect these.
Yeah, what did he store away to read here?
I love how it takes her a second to realize there's books here.
Prognostications of evil.
Mein Kampf,
The devil made me do it.
the Satanic
I had
Verses,
some strange taste.
indeed,
Worship of animals.
Dianetics.
Secrets of the dead.
Oh look, New Moon.
Apparently he shares your taste. Or apparently he's an admirer of your work.
Must bring you a warm feeling.
Indeed. Alright. So, the perspective has flipped here since we stood up from the news clipping. But let's go check out the desk. Because it's highlighting red. And I eventually click on it. There we go.
And desks are good sources of information.
Oh, this is a new perspective. But one of the very obvious things on this is something that stands out even from the bad CGI of the environment. So what is it?
It looks like a figurine.
She doesn't comment on it. Of course, she just sticks it in her pocket.
Goes
So, of
right
course-
in her pants.
Exactly. So since I'm curious, I decide to get a better look at it. Oh, look, it's a cat figurine.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can interact with it. It highlights when you hover the cursor over it. And that's what this screen is also for, not just examining things in greater detail, but also getting to interact with the item in question.
Oh, it's a letter opener.
A letter opener? I would call that a knife. That's just me. Maybe that's just me.
That's not a knife.
Anyway, so the only other drawer that we can actually access, or the only other thing, is the one drawer, because the other drawers are inaccessible.
Spice.
Shut up. Okay, and of course, in the drawer, there's only one thing that we can actually pick up, and it's a piece of paper.
Man, how many other things in there look interesting and useful, too?
I know.
Dear Jeremiah, it has come to
Is
my
that
attention
Marie's
that you have
handwriting?
recently acquired a unique book while traveling through Egypt this most recent winter.
It is my understanding that this tome contains powerful information
You will leave
regarding
box
ancient
5
rituals
empty.
of sorcery and magic. I relish the thought of reading it. As you know, I am sometimes frustrated by the fact that I cannot really control the world around me. That
So are
my
we all.
so-called magic is merely nothing more than illusions. Next month, I will be giving a show in Paris. Will you be in town then? If so, I would like to set up a meeting during which I could examine your fascinating acquisition. If the book is really authentic, I would be more than willing to pay a hefty sum for its purchase. I look forward to hearing from you. Best regards, Zoltan.
But how power hungry is this guy really? Think about it. He has these fantastic shows which get rave reviews and have people flooding in from all over to see him, yet he's not satisfied and he wants to summon demons and gain real demonic power.
Yeah. It's one of those... There was already something wrong with him long before he acquired this book. And we'll see more about what happens with this book later, of course. At any rate. So go back to exploring the room, and we could just leave. But instead, let's look at the fireplace. Oh, whenever I decide to actually move the cursor over to it. Because remember, folks, this is post-commentary. And again, I find it interesting that the handwriting is the same as Marie's. Clearly, Zoltan and Marie are the same person. Sorry, guys, I guess I just gave away the ending, huh?
Yeah, it's just a bad case of schizophrenia.
Anyway, so we finally get to take a look at the fireplace. It's fascinating, isn't it? But it highlights red. So, naturally, Adrian goes to take a look at it. Actually, she doesn't even look where I clicked. She goes to look up the chute. Why?
It's a lot deeper than it looks on first glance.
And apparently she managed to put her hand magically on the one brick that was loose enough to push out of place. She has some very special luck. Take forever to look at it, Adrian. So, what's on the other side of this bricked off fireplace?
It can't be anything too important. I mean, they bricked it up.
Why is there a chapel on the other side of the fireplace?
Well, where would you put it?
Not behind a fireplace.
With all the demonic stuff going on here, would you want a chapel in plain view?
Perhaps not. But apparently she can't do anything else with the bricks. So instead of doing anything else, we have to watch her slowly back out of the fireplace again. And get back into position. So, I'm interested in seeing what... No, look at it again. Thank you for taking your sweet time. I'm curious to see what's on the other side to actually get through into that chapel. So, let's take a hammer to it. That's the sensible thing.
At least be fast.
Yeah.
No, the hammer will make an awful mess.
What?
There's a room on the other side of there, and you're worried about the mess?
And she'll also be a massive hypocrite in a moment. So the hammer didn't work. Maybe the fire poker will. Hey, it highlights red. Like I said before, it's great that this game offers you different solutions. You just stuck that fire poker into an existing brick.
Like a hot knife through butter.
Damn, it's not working.
Well, when you stick it inside an existing brick, of course it's not going to work.
Yeah, there's no leverage like that.
Alright. So, I guess the only other thing that could possibly even work is the letter opener, quote unquote. But, hey, it's highlighting red.
Because a little thin, flimsy piece of metal is much better than big, thick pieces of metal.
Or a hammer. But apparently it is the solution because now we're in FMV mode. Boy, they did a terrible job of breaking this place off, too, if this is all it takes to start cutting through some of it.
That mortar just looks sloppy anyway.
I love how you could obviously see her trying to break the knife there. Sorry,
You
letter
could,
opener.
you could basically see the thumb flick it away.
Yeah. But apparently that's all we needed it for anyway. Because now that this stone has been made loose, Yay! Apparently this is the keystone for the rest of them.
And just our luck, we happen to pick that exact one to break the knife on.
Exactly. And what was that about making a mess, Adrian? Look at the way you're stacking. You even carefully stacked it as a mess. Good job.
See, the first time it wasn't enough of a mess, so you repositioned it to be more of a mess.
And look, it's a Sierra logo. That was
Wait,
intentional.
maybe there's a good game on the other side.
Yeah. Let's go to Quest for Glory. Anyway, let's go right on through. Through the Sierra logo. Into a fantastic world. Oh, no, it's just the chapel.
Aww.
And they did intentionally put that Sierra logo in. It was like a little mini thing. So the only thing that we can really do here, I indicate we're almost at the end of the chapter here, folks.
But we do have something we can do before we stop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're almost at the end of the chapter. And this is going to be the first interesting thing that has happened. Well, outside of the face and the ectoplasm and the dungeon and the creepy bathroom and... Okay, well, first really interesting plot important thing.
Thank God.
And notice how we had enough time to say all that, because she takes forever to walk up and to examine whatever is on this thing that we don't even get a comment on. Will you stop moving, Adrian? No, stop moving. There we go. Now we have control again. Well, what's this? It's a book, I think.
It looks like a book. Kind of.
What is that? Well, we wouldn't know because Adrian didn't tell us. Again, what kind of writer is she anyway that she doesn't narrate her own life? I narrate every waking moment of my life. Okay, this is where I was indecisive.
You see, it's still debatable that she's a writer.
This is where I was pretty indecisive about where to go from here. At FMV mode, and it's a book.
Yeah.
It's a big book on top of a box.
No. It's just a book.
Wow. This must be Carno's family tree.
Generated on a computer.
Some very neat handwriting for back in the day.
Well, they did have typing stuff back then. I'm good. I'm pretty sure that Gutenberg had made his printing press by then.
Yeah.
Typewriters and all. And hey, you should have noticed that the hinge had come off on its own.
Oh God, that is a box. And she's next to it.
But anyway, we're out of time for this installment of Let's Play Phantasmagoria. Hope you'll join us next time when we poke the box.
No! God damn it, Adrian, you poked that box and everything that happens after this is your fault!
Let's poke the box.
No!
I don't understand.
You don't understand something? That's a surprise.
Fine. I'll go to the store and get your goddamn drain cleaner.